guys, welcome to the Disney Vibe Sisters.
I'm Audie.
And I'm Tinley.
And today we're going to be doing a review of Gideons Bakehouse and Disney Springs. So, first, this is the menu. It's not very good quality, so sorry about that, but that's what you can get. And Disney Springs opens at 10, but you can get in earlier. We got in at 9:30, I think, and you just have to wait in line. So we actually waited like 40 minutes in line, but the actual line was 10 minutes because technically it wasn't open yet. So
none of the stores will be open when you get in if you get in before 10, but you can wait in the lines.
Yeah, so I just recommend waiting in line for that. And here's some of the outside of Gideon's. And then we're going to show you the inside. And just a warning, the inside can be kind of scary, especially if you have young kids. So just keep that in mind. We'll show you it. And yeah, also you can go to, they have Gideon's Bakehouse has a location at West End Market in Orlando. So you can go there if you want, but the only thing is they don't have cold brews there. You can only get cold brews at the Disney Springs location, but the one in Orlando will be less crowded usually. So you could do that.
Yeah.
Also, there's a rule that you can only have 8 cookies per person, but that's per person. It's not per group. So if you have a group of 4, you can get 32 cookies technically. So yeah, if you want to do that, you can do that. So their cookies are $6 each, and their cakes are around $9 each. Sometimes it depends on which one you get. Sometimes they rotate out flavors of their cakes sometimes, so you might not get the same cake every time. I'm about to show you the cakes and cookies, but when we were there, they had a red velvet cake and cookies and cream cake and a peanut butter cake, and we got the red velvet and cookies and cream, and we'll review that later.
They had a key lime one, but it was for the festival thing.
Oh yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I was gonna forget to mention that, but when we film it, there's a key lime pie, and that's not available anymore. That was for Flavors of Florida, which is not there anymore. We went in early August, and also we're going to show you this later, but for August, the monthly cookie is the butterscotch cookie. They change out their cookies monthly, so like every month they have a new flavor, and then they get rid of that flavor when the month's over. So if you want that, go right now, because then it's not going to be available after August. So I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video that when you go to Gideon's Bakehouse, the line is probably going to be long. It's probably going to be out the building. But it's like that because the inside of Gideon's, I was actually surprised by how small it was. I guess it wasn't incredibly small, but it wasn't as big as I expected it to be. So if you see a long line going way out the building, it usually goes by fast. Our line went out by fast, and I've heard it goes by really fast. But if you want to go to Gideon's between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m., it's hot cookie hour, which means you get a cookie with ice cream on top. So if you don't want a cookie with ice cream on top, you should avoid that time because it can get busy during those times. And also during those times, the cookies can be up to $10 because of that. So also, I'm a little late, but here's the bag. Here's the stuff inside. We got stickers, and the red velvet container says keep cool on it, and the others didn't. So if your container says keep cool, then you should obviously keep it cool. And so just don't make sure if you want to save it, you're refrigerating it somewhere. And so,
and I would say more of half of the building was the kitchen because it looks way bigger on the outside, so that's my estimate.
Okay. Yeah, but again, the workers are, I don't know if I said this, but the workers are very good with like ushering people in and out. Like they're not gonna rush you, but they check and like make sure how many people can fit and stuff. But you're not like extremely squished in too, like they do sometimes.
There's just not very much people in there at a time.
Okay, so next we're gonna review the cookies, but here's some of the bag getting taken out.
And they have 3 cash registers.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'd also recommend knowing what you're gonna order when you go up there.
Yes.
Like you should know before you maybe like you'll have time to look at the cookies through the case that I showed you earlier and decide.
Yeah, and you will have the menu they handed out.
Yeah, they hand out the menu outside too, so you can have that time you're waiting in line to look at the menu and decide what you want. But make sure you're paying attention because the cashiers will like say next person, so just make sure you're paying attention.
Yes, and they have 3, so even if you don't see one open, if there's a next person, it's gonna be open.
So now we're gonna review the cake and then the cookies. Doing the red velvet cake, I'm gonna go first on my review of it. Here it is. Right now, this is the one you have to keep cool. And my review is I didn't really like it. It was kind of boring, and I I can get like boxed red velvet cake at the store, and I think it's better than the red velvet cake. So if you're gonna get a cake, I'd get the cookies and cream one because we're gonna get to that. But I like the cookies and cream one way more.
Okay, my review on the red velvet. I am not a fan of cream cheese frosting, so at one point I got a big clump of it, and I did not like it. Sorry, but it was pretty good. I feel like it's like what she said, store box. It felt like that.
No, it's better than store box is better. That's what I said.
Okay, well, pretty much.
Yeah,
I think it was like that.
And red velvet cake's my favorite type of cake. I don't usually like cakes, so that's just our review of it. So next we're gonna review the cookies and cream one. But before that, what would you rate it? I'd rate it
you can't do that to me.
a 3 out of 10, I think.
Out of 10, that's hard.
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
I don't know.
So next, the cookies and cream. Okay, so I'm going to go first on the cookies and cream. I really like this, and usually I don't like normal chocolate cake, which is kind of like what it was. But I actually like this. If I were to get a cake again, I didn't try the peanut butter one, but I'd get this over the red velvet, and I rated a 6 out of 10. It wasn't the best thing ever, but it was still good.
Sorry, guys. My chair is so squeaky. By the way, okay, sorry. I don't like chocolate cake either, but I am a big fan of cookies and cream stuff. But I've tried like chocolate cake, cupcake with cookies and cream frosting. It wasn't that good, but this cake was really surprisingly good. So my rating is like an 8.
Okay, so now we're going to rate the cookies. So this is the butterscotch cookie. This is the monthly cookie for August, so it's only available right now for August, but it could change in a year. That's not guaranteed, but it just could. So just make sure if you're going to go in a year, you check on what it is. But I didn't really like this one that much, but also I'm not the biggest fan of butterscotch cookies, like the chocolate chips that they put in butterscotch cookies.
Yeah,
so I feel like it's kind of not fair to rate it and say it's horrible because I'm not the biggest fan of butterscotch in the first place. But it was just very overpowering with butterscotch. Like it was. Mm-hmm. And Gideon's cookies in general are just very sweet. And I think that's more of a us problem because we got a bunch I wanted to try. But still, I think I could only eat like half of one in one setting. They're very sweet. So I'd rate this 2 out of 10. But if you like butterscotch and you like butterscotch chips, you might really like this one.
My rating's the same, 2 out of 10. I didn't really like it. What's the brand? Biscoff? It had Biscoff in it. And I'm not a fan of that.
So this is the cookies and cream one. This was my favorite one out of all of them. We're going to rank them at the end. But this is my favorite one because it wasn't too overly sweet. Like it was sweet, but a lot of them are very sweet. And this one wasn't very sweet. And overall, I just liked the flavor of it. And so I would rate it a 9 out of 10.
I would also rate it a 9 out of 10. It was there's 2 that were tied for me. This one was my top 2.
So this is the chocolate chip one, and it was like a chocolate chip cookie, but really sweet, basically. This was not, I wouldn't say one of my favorites, but I did like this one. I'd probably rate this one a 6 out of 10. It was okay. It wasn't like the best. I'd rather the cookies and cream, and I'll get to the other ones I'd rather later, but it was still decent.
The chocolate chip one wasn't the best. I didn't like. I think it had dark chocolate chips. I didn't like that, and I'm not a big like chocolate person. So, yeah. So, what do you rate it?
I rated it a 6 out of 10.
Ooh, it gets a 5.
So this is the triple chocolate one. This one was the one I was most excited for, but it wasn't my favorite. The chocolate was very overpowering, which I guess that was the whole concept of the cookie, but
Yeah.
still it was very sweet the and it kind of just tasted like a brownie, but like very sweet. So, yeah, I'd probably rate it a 5 out of 10. Actually, no, a 4 out of 10.
Again, it tasted like a brownie. I didn't like it. I like box brownies, but they have to be very specific. It tasted like a bad brownie. So I would rate it a 2.
So this is the coffee cake cookie. This is one of my favorites. This is my second favorite from the cookies and cream one. And for some reason I thought it was going to be coffee flavored, but it was coffee cake, so it tasted like coffee cake. I don't know why I thought that. But just so you know, if
Everybody
you thought
did.
it was coffee flavored, it wasn't. It's not coffee flavored, it's coffee cake. And I really liked this one. I didn't think it was that sweet as the other ones. And it was just, I didn't expect this to be one of my favorites, but this one was really good. And a lot of people with me that tried it agreed that this one was really good. So I'd rate this 9 out of 10 with the cookies and cream.
By a lot of people, everybody. I really like this one too. It was maybe my third favorite. So yeah, I'll rate it a 6.
So this is the banana one. It does have nuts in it, but my mom doesn't like nuts and she still liked it. So you might still like it. And I like this one. It's one of my top favorite ones. I think it was good. It tasted like banana bread basically in a cookie form. So yeah, I'd rate it um 7 out of 10.
Okay, so first of all, it's not called the banana one. It's called banana bread one. So I agree. It just tasted like banana bread with like chocolate chips and nuts. Yeah, um, I would rate it a 6, and I'd move the coffee cake up to a 7.
So this is the peanut butter crunch one. I like this one okay. It tasted like, oh my gosh, it obviously tasted like peanut butter, but like it was like how crumbly like peanut butter too. It was like when you
Peanut
eat,
butter is crumbly.
yeah, when you put it in desserts, it kind of crumbles, you know.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, it was okay. It wasn't my. Yeah, I don't really have anything against it. It just wasn't my favorite out of all of them. So I'd rate it 5 out of 10.
I don't remember what I rated the Oreo one, but it's the same rating as that. I think I rated it at 8, and I have to say it was probably the saltiest out of them all because I ate most of this one. You ate one bite. It was probably the saltiest. It wasn't too salty, but it was a good ratio.
Yeah, but if you like peanut butter, I'd get this one. Like you really
Yeah,
like it.
it's really good.
So
And
now
I
we're
don't
gonna
like peanut butter very much.
So now we're gonna rank them all. So this is Audie and this is my ranking. My favorite one was the cookies and cream. My second one was the coffee cake, and then the third one was the banana bread one. The fourth one was the chocolate chip one, and then the peanut butter one, and then my sixth one was the triple chocolate, and my least favorite out of all the ones we tried was the butterscotch one. And out of the cakes, I like the cookies and cream one better than the red velvet.
I'm Tinley, and my ranking is the cookies and cream, and then the peanut butter one. They're tied, but if I was going for most salty, peanut butter, and then the coffee cake one. I don't have an explanation for that one. And then the banana bread because it was banana-y. And then the chocolate chip. I'd have to take off the chocolate chips though. And then the brownie flavored one. Um,
Triple chocolate.
yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. And then the butterscotch airplane one. And then out of the cakes, cookie is then cream and then red velvet.
Okay, I don't know what she meant. I don't know how she's gonna take off the chocolate chips from the chocolate chip one, but okay.
If I had to eat it, I'd take off the chocolate chips and scoop out the insides.
Okay. So what you just said about the chocolate chip cookie made me think about something, and I forgot to say this, that the chocolate chips, the amount of like just chips they put on it in general look like a large amount, which they kind of are still a large amount, but it looks more than it is because there still is some chips inside, but it's not as much as it is on the outside, but it still is a lot. So I just wanted to say that. And
Oh,
also,
I still have to eat chocolate chips.
yeah.
Sorry.
I also just wanted to say, this is like your final thoughts on Gideon's Bakehouse in general. I like it. Do I think it's overrated? I mean, no,
A little
I
bit.
guess not, a little bit. But if you get the right stuff, then I think it's good.
Delicious.
Like I wouldn't go out of my way to go back, but I'd go back for the cookies and cream cookie and cake and the coffee cake one. Those were the ones I'd go back for. She said peanut butter.
To add to your list.
But I think it's like a Disney must do too. It's like the inside's cool
never
to
done
see
it
at
before,
least
though.
once. We just did it.
Oh no.
Yeah, the inside's cool to just see once, and so yeah, if you want to go, then don't let our reviews deter you from going. Just maybe take in consideration like which cookies we didn't
Also,
like
we didn't
and the ones that we did.
like we didn't get the pistachio one.
Pistachio one is what she said.
Yeah.
So what are your final thoughts on Gideon's?
I would go again, but I don't really know. It's not a must do.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Stay
tuned. The goofy we went to a goofy thing, and it might be come out before this or after this.
She means we went to Grab and Goof
YouTube
at
short.
Epcot. So we're gonna do a video about that. We also
YouTube
did
short.
We're gonna do a Pop Century review. We're gonna do a
Sorry, I'm eating ice.
temporary video. We already have some cruise videos up. We're gonna post more cruise videos, and we have an art and animation video on the car section. So just stay tuned for that, or just go watch those if you're interested, and stay tuned for more Disney content.
Thanks for watching. Bye.